What's up, guys? This is Anthony, and today we're going to talk about the Metronomicon Slay the Dance Floor. As a person who loves rhythm games, I am always happy to review one. This game, this game really surprised me, and I'll let you guys know how. I'll let you guys know the ups, the downs. So let's just go ahead and get into it. I'm going to start with the main draw of this particular rhythm game, which is its RPG elements, and I use that term very loosely. Well, we'll get into why. So the story is that you are graduating Music Warrior School, and your job is to take this book, the Metronomicon, and use its power so that you can stop the various parties going on from monsters. I won't lie to you, this story is not exactly the best. It has potential to be a very well fleshed out story, but for this particular entry, it's really just a way for you to collect your characters and move on from one area to the next. Other than that, the story is just kind of, you're these heroes, stop the parties, happy-ish ending. That's really it. As far as the actual RPG elements, as we come to know them as stats and equipment and things like that, they are particularly light, in my opinion. They really focus around the equipment that you get, which, of course, boosts numbers, gives buffs, that kind of stuff. Nothing really, I guess, outstanding that says that this is an RPG game, because it really focuses on the rhythm portion of the game, and I think it's better for it. But the RPG elements, they're light, but they can't be ignored, because if you just outright ignore them, you're not going to get the most out of this game, and you're going to die a lot. On top of equipment and buffs and debuffs, you have classes of characters. Some are attack classes, some are support classes, some are healing classes. And the healing ones are the most important because they're the ones that keep you alive, which is really what you need to do. Killing monsters, of course, is what you need to do as well, but the more important thing is staying alive. Each class comes with 3 specific moves of different tiers. One may just be a basic attack or healing spell, then the tier 2 will be a buff or debuff or a stronger attack spell, and tier 3, as you can imagine, are just stronger spells and so on. To acquire those moves, you just keep hitting the notes until you get to that specific tier. Thankfully, the game does not punish you if you miss a note in tiers 2 or 3. They'll just do the tier you didn't mess up on. I thought that was a nice touch because it keeps the game that's already pretty punishing from being more punishing. And I say a punishing game because at the same time that you're trying to kill the monsters, they are, of course, trying to kill you. And it's a lot to keep up with for people who are just jumping into this style of game. For people who have played rhythm games before, it takes you a little while to get into the groove, but it won't take you that long. Newcomers may have a bit of a challenge on their hands, even if you put the game on easy, which I personally couldn't do because it was way too slow and boring the heck out of me. Now, a rhythm game is carried mostly by its songs, and the songs here require that you love EDM music because that is 90% of the track listing here. It sprinkles in a little bit of rock and a little bit of pop, but mostly you'll be playing on some EDM tracks. Also, a nice touch, if you do not like the controller style, you can always use a Rock Band controller. As I don't own one, I can't really say if it's a good alternative or not, but it's worth a try. Now, back to the song listing. I knew very little of the people on this track listing, but if you really love EDM, you may know more, mileage may vary. I personally thought the track listing was great. You may not. It really is a matter of taste, just as long as your taste is open to EDM. As far as content is concerned, the game gives you a lot to do. You have side quests, which you can do to gain street creds to build up your academy and your I forget what that one does. I was more concerned with the equipment, but I know that the street cred helps build your academy up. I forget what that does because, to be totally honest with you, the RPG elements, that one in particular, didn't really change my gameplay experience. It just was there so I could do it. What's more important is getting equipment so you can get better buffs, better debuffs, so that you can kind of breeze through the game, I'll say. And they give you the arena to do, which again is a way to get more equipment. And the better you do on each difficulty, the better equipment you get. You can practice each song if you like, so you can get better scores. Because the biggest goal outside of beating the game is being at the top of the leaderboards. Of course, I'm nowhere near that because I couldn't practice the songs as much as I would like. But if you're into being at the top of leaderboards, this game definitely has that for you. As far as the DLC, it has 2 DLC packs, one chiptune and another set of EDM songs, 3 songs each. They're not bad. I like them, especially the chiptune set. I'm always a fan of chiptune music. So, getting down to whether or not this is a good entry for those who love rhythm games, I am going to say yes. The game gives you enough to do so that you're not too bored. It gives you different missions, it gives you different motives and things like that. It teaches you pretty well how to play. The only thing it doesn't teach you, which I wish it would have, is that each character is tied to an instrument per song. Because if it teaches you that, it helps you immensely with the game because you know what you're listening for. And as you're controlling 4 characters, they do not all have the same notes, they do not all have the same rhythm and beat, they all play to a different instrument, and that is important that I wish it would teach you. A nitpick, I know, but it's something that you need to know. My other nitpick would probably be its presentation. While I love the music, everything else as far as how it looks, I find questionable. While you're not going to be paying too much attention to the monsters, when I did look up and look at them, they are a lot of reskins of other classes and monsters. And if I'm being quite honest, they didn't look like the most outstanding or original monster designs. I thought they were very forgettable, as were the character models. After I play this game and walk away from it, I will probably not remember the game for what it looked like, rather the songs that I was able to play. And that's fine for me because I care more about the songs than how it looks anyway. But for those who want a slick presentation, memorable characters, and things like that, you will not find that here. That said, I still do recommend this game for those who want to play a different kind of rhythm game. If I have to give this a letter score, I would give this a B-. And yeah, that's about it. That will be it for the Metronomicon. Goes for $20 tomorrow. And yeah, give it a try. Maybe wait for it to go down to 15. But if you're feeling ambitious, you got $20 to spare, I'd say give it a try. That's it for me, and I will talk to you guys later.